everyone, it's Nicole. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. As you know by the title, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create a drop-down list in Excel. So if you're new to Excel, this is beginner friendly. I'm going to show you how to do it step by step using two different methods that I like to use all the time on my reports and anything that I'm building in Excel that needs a drop-down list. So yeah, I'll walk you through that right now. If you have any questions regarding what I walk through, feel free to drop them down below this video, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the Excel file I'm going to be working off of. So let's say, in this case, I created a volunteer form. Let's say that you're a volunteer coordinator and you want new volunteers to come into this Excel sheet and just, fill in each of these columns. And you just want to make this process a little bit more seamless for them. So you want to create drop downs in each of these columns, just to kind of limit the selections and just allow this experience to be a little bit more seamless for them. So let's start with the name column. So let's say you want to create a drop-down list that includes all the names of the new volunteers that have just onboarded. So they don't have to type in their name, but they can just go ahead and select it from a drop-down. So you're going to select the cell you want the drop-down to be in, and then you're going to come up here to data. You're going to come up here and select this data validation icon, and then it's going to give you this pop-up. You're going to select list. And then you're just going to go ahead and type in what you want to be displayed in the list. So you're going to type a word, select comma, and then go ahead and input the next one. So I'm going to do just a couple names. And there we have it. We have our drop-down list. So I'm going to show you another way that I like to create drop-down lists, and I personally like this one better. Just because it's a little bit more cleaner, and I like to visually be able to reference the data somewhere in the Excel file. So I have this tab called drop down data, and this is where I have my different, I just realized I don't have a header here, so I'm just going to do this really quick. I want these drop down lists to live in the spreadsheet itself instead of just going in and typing each list the way I did before. So basically what I have here is a drop-down list. So like I said, drop-down data, you can create a new tab and then just go ahead and basically type in what you want to be displayed in your drop-down list. That way you just have, a tab that you can come back to and reference the actual data that's in your drop-down. So I personally like this better just because, like I said, I'm a visual person. So let me show you how to go ahead and add that information into a drop-down list. So you're going to come to the cell you want the drop-down list to be in. You're going to do the same thing you did before. So data validation, select list, and then instead of typing in this source area, you're actually going to go and select the data from the list that you already created. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the first thing I want and just drag it down. You're going to drag your mouse down, and then you have the range now in this little source section. So you're going to hit OK, and as you can see, your drop-down list has been created. So I'll do this a couple more times to show you, how you can go ahead and do that. So now we're doing favorite candy bar. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Fried chicken, favorite fried chicken, and favorite music genre. And I don't have a drop-down list for the hobby section because, in this scenario, I just want people to be able to write it into that, into the form itself instead of having a drop-down because there's so many different hobbies. Okay, so now that you have multiple different drop-downs, the way you can seamlessly apply these to other cells, you just want to click on the first one and drag it, or you can do it this way. It really doesn't matter, whatever you want, but I like to just start with the cell and just hold your mouse down, drag it, and then come to the bottom right corner and just drag it down as far as you want those drop-down lists to be applicable. So in this case, since there's only 5 volunteers, you probably only need like a couple cells, but regardless, that's how you do it. So just to check these all work, as you can see, we have all these different drop-downs, and they seem to be working perfectly. So yeah, I hope this tutorial was helpful. Like I said, those are two different ways that I like to create drop-down lists. The first one is just with actually, manually going ahead and typing the list into the source section in the data validation pop-up. And then the second one is to basically create your lists in another Excel sheet or on the sheet, whatever sheet you want in your Excel, and then just reference those cells as the source for the drop down list. So whichever one you like, they're both pretty easy to work with, and yeah, they're just a great way to create drop down lists. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you had any additional questions or it wasn't working for you, but this should work. This is a great way to create drop down lists. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks.